Within a few years, around 3 years ago, 13 young girls went missing. No one claimed to know anything about it. The police said they had run away to prostitute themselves in Peru. The last young girl was kidnapped by a rapist and was thrown into an old mine, but she did not die. She managed to get out of the mine and revealed the mystery of the murders. Alongside the attention given these murders, national attention also began to be paid to the extreme misery of the local population here. The attention spurred various foundations to become involved in local education and healthcare initiatives. We, too, asked ourselves, what is our role here? Then, we realized that we must bring God to this region.
Rain is almost unheard of in the Atacama, recognized as the driest desert in the world. The barren nature, however, belied a hidden wealth, and for a short time this area became a center of mining for copper, gold and silver. In 1830, the first shipment of nitrates provided a short burst of economic activity, which further drew workers to the region. As with all cycles, however, the boom soon gave way to an economic downturn, and in 1960, the last nitrate mine closed. The miners became unemployable. Those that could left. Poverty-stricken families abandoned and continue to abandon the rural areas, taking with them only what they can carry to seek better luck near Chile's economic centers. The result has been an overcrowding of slums surrounding Chile's main cities. The outskirts of the northern region's capital, Iquique, has developed into an enormous slum where 60,000 people live in utter poverty.
The origin of the settlement was a simple camp. The people who came here came without anything. The very poor settled here. Up until recently, there was no pavement here, no water, no sewage treatment facilities, and only very little electricity. People have improved their situation a little bit, but they still suffer many privations.
Outside of government programs, one of the few institutions effectively helping the poor is the Catholic Church. Promoting clean water programs, food kitchens and shelters, the Church also endeavors to look after the spiritual needs of the population. One recent initiative has been the development of small chapels to provide the poor a place to gather, pray and receive the sacraments.
The chapel you can see is a very significant symbol of a great need experienced by the people of God to have a place for prayer, to have a religious point of reference.
As in many of its activities, the local church cannot carry the economic burden alone, and so has asked for help. International charities such as Aid to the Church in Need responded and provided support with construction costs.
We are in the St. Gertrude Chapel. This is the first chapel built through the Chapels for Chile project. In this chapel, many Chileans, deeply moved by the many murders that have occurred in this region, wanted to show their mercy and share their condolences with this community.
Prior to the establishment, we celebrated Mass in the street. The community gathered and assumed the duties connected with the preparation for the Mass. Once a month, we brought from our homes chairs and tables. We prepared the altar and waited for the priest.
We also undertook courses during the holidays to become religious teachers for children and for adults, to be well prepared to give religious lessons and to evangelize from door to door. We made several holy pictures, and these pictures were passed among families from home to home. In each home, people prayed for the chapel to be constructed. This is a very active community. We built the walls of this chapel, but they created the community. Each year, on December the 1st, they celebrate the Mass when they pray for all the benefactors who support the church. What's more, they organize collections. And since the community is very poor, their collection is very small. Consequently, they organize a second-hand clothes sale and thus increase the collection from $15 to $30. These are the capabilities of this community.
Often it is very difficult for the community to collect enough money to finish the chapel interior, for the altar, for chairs. But to pay for the construction of the whole building or a room is absolutely beyond our capabilities. A group of women opened workshops where they make rosaries and where they pray. They disseminate this prayer recommended by our Holy Father, and in this way they get support to maintain their families. This rosary is offered both in the town of Iquique and outside it. The ladies told me that last Christmas they got an order from Santiago to make 1,000 rosaries. They attach a small leaflet how to pray the rosary.
With the scarcity of priests, the participation of the laity is vital to the functioning of these desert chapels. The chapel of St. Father Pio was only completed through the support of the community and functions today only thanks to the activity of local lay Catholics.
I work in Iquique from 7 o'clock in the morning. I return at 7 o'clock in the evening, rush home, come and open the chapel for half an hour at 8 o'clock for a novena. We realize that where a community is active, there is usually one person who is the soul of the community, very often a lay person. And these people, when they have a place to hold meetings, develop their faith and help offer catechism to children. This community is developing, and they often work to have the celebration of the liturgy on Sunday. They are not having Mass every Sunday, but they have the space, and this space allows them to develop their faith. I ask myself, how can we have vocations to the priesthood if the children do not see chapels, if children do not see any place where they can meet God in the Eucharist?
The long-standing lack of places of worship is one of the reasons for the growing lack of vocations in Chile. Building chapels itself does not satisfy essential spiritual needs, as the faithful often wait up to a month between receiving the sacraments. For this reason, even the young feel drawn to providing religious education classes to their peers, so that the faith should not be lost.
I am 16 years old and I've been working here for 3 years. I like coming here and giving religious lessons to children because I feel I can serve the children. During a silent retreat, I realized I wanted to be a religious teacher, and I've started offering a course to better spread this knowledge. What motivates me is talking with the kids, telling them to be good Christians in the future. This is the crucifix on which young people from my community nail their sins. This was an idea that is often practiced before confirmation. These are symbols given to young people so that they may know more about God. I've been here for 2 years. I first started to give religious lessons to small kids, and I conducted religious instruction for families until they received First Communion. This year I've become involved in confirmation preparation, because I feel I can teach them something. Here we have many problems with the young, so we encourage them to go to church. There is a fear of experiencing something totally different from their day-to-day life.
It is important that these young children do not experience the lack of places of worship as their parents did. Those who help with the Desert Chapels project understand this need.
This is a project we are developing together with the organization Aid to the Church in Need. The financial support didn't matter as much. What mattered was the cooperation with the church. It was not an income-oriented objective. The aim was social assistance for the church. Personally, I am very involved in the real estate business. I've been very successful, and this is my way to thank our Lord's generosity. God provided a lot of grace to me as He has given me a prosperous life. This is the debt I'm paying back to Him for my luck in business and in life. What provides an incredible joy is the response of people who show their tremendous gratefulness. I had the opportunity to participate